Very good evening, dear students. Today we were discussing about underwriting of shares, right? We have done one problem also about the underwriting of shares, that how to calculate the net liability of the underwriters. Now we'll discuss one more problem. We'll solve one more problem with regard to this. I will share the problem to you. Okay. Before going for the problem, I just wanted to tell you what we have discussed morning was the liability of the underwriters when there was a full underwriting, liability of the underwriters when there was a complete underwriting by the underwriters, but without firm underwriting, right? When there was no firm underwriting. But now let us discuss when when there is a firm underwriting, when there is a firm underwriting. Yes, and that was taken as first one. This was the one when there are more than one underwriters with full underwriting, without without it is not firm, sorry, without firm underwriting, without firm underwriting. Now let us discuss one more method. When method method 2, when when there is firm underwriting, when there is firm underwriting, when there is firm underwriting here, actually under this method there are two different cases. When there is firm underwriting, and this firm underwriting is treated as marked application. Form underwriting is treated as unmarked applications, and second one is form underwriting is treated as marked application. So this is the two different methods of firm underwriting when the firm underwriting is given. So in case what it is saying, this firm underwriting is treated as unmarked application in the sense whatever the definite commitment or the definite classes, the definite shares of the company are subscribed by the subscriber are considered as unmarked application, are considered as unmarked application, and that unmarked application is is it audible clearly and also the video visible? Dear students, can you please put your comment or chat in the chat box? Yes, right, okay. So now, when this firm underwriting is treated as unmarked application, how to find the net liability of the underwriters, and when the firm underwriting is treated as marked application, how to find found the net liability of the underwriters. It is discussed while solving the problem only. Okay, but I'll just give you the format. When there is a firm underwriting, what extra we have to do. Look at here. This is the format we usually go for calculation of net liability of the underwriter. That is, net liability of the underwriters can be calculated by using this formula. What is that? Gross liability. Gross liability. Deduct marked applications. If you deduct marked application, the balance what you get from that deduct unmarked application, and the balance is called as net liability. Like this we find, right? But when there is a firm underwriting, we have to add this firm underwriting, firm underwriting, and this firm underwriting, if you add the balance, what you get is called as total liability. It's called as total liability of the underwriters. This is one extra adjustment we have to do here when there is a firm underwriting. Got my point? So all the other adjustments are same. This only adding of firm underwriting. Whatever the firm underwriting is there, that should be added to the net liability to find out the total liability of the underwriters. Whereas here, look at here, in order to find out the net liability or the total liability of the underwriters, uh, here first we need to deduct the marked application. But since the adjustment, like when firm underwriting is treated as unmarked application, in that situation, and the firm underwriting is treated as unmarked application, in this situation, if you want to find out the total liability of the underwriters, in that situation what we do, we consider that firm underwriting as unmarked application. Firm underwriting as unmarked application. So at the time of calculation of underwriting unmarked applications, we use a formula like, generally what we do, we use a formula like total applications received minus marked applications. This is the formula we use for calculation of unmarked application. Am I correct? Yes. But in this situation, when there is a firm underwriting considered as unmarked application, under that situation, this unmarked application will be total application received, total application received, or we can say instead total subscription, or the total application received, excluding excluding firm underwriting. Whatever the subscription they receive, by deducting the firm underwriting, and whatever the marked application received, excluding firm underwriting, because this firm underwriting is treated as unmarked application. Therefore, add finally with firm underwriting. This is the formula we use for calculation of unmarked application. What is the formula we use? Total subscription excluding firm underwriting minus marked applications excluding firm underwritings, then add firm underwriting. This is the formula we use for calculation of unmarked application. We'll do now one problem. We'll do one problem. It's problem number 2. Right. This is actually the problem. this is a problem. Look at the problem here. Vasudev Limited issued Vasudev Limited issued 5 lakh shares of rupees 10 each. Vasudev Limited issued 5 lakh shares of rupees 10 each, which was underwritten as follows. So here the company is issuing 5 lakh shares of rupees 10 each, and which is being underwritten by the underwriters. The information relating to underwriters are given below. First one, Yudhishthira 1,50,000 shares. Firm underwriting in is 16,000, which includes firm under which is having firm underwriting of 16,000 shares. Second one is Bhima, it is 1,25,000 shares, and Bhima is having a firm underwriting of 24,000 shares. Arjuna 1,25,000 shares, and there is no firm underwriting for third underwriter. Nakula and Sahadev 1 lakh shares, and the firm underwriting is 60,000 shares. Look at the problem. Here they're saying Vasudev Limited has issued 5 lakh shares. Vasudev Limited has issued what? 5 lakh shares. This 5 lakh shares of rupees 10 each, on which there are 4 underwriters subscribed the shares. First underwriter has subscribed 1,50,000. Second underwriter 1,25,000. Third underwriter again 1,25,000, and fourth underwriter it is 1 lakh shares, and they are also having a firm underwriting individually. The first Yudhishthira is having 16,000 firm underwriting, Bhima 24,000 firm underwriting, Arjuna there is no firm underwriting, Nakula and Sahadev is having 60,000 shares of firm underwriting. Next, further they have given information like the total applications excluding firm underwriting, total applications excluding firm underwriting, but including market applications were were for 3,60,000 shares. Means they said total application which includes marked application is 3,60,000, which has been received from the public. And the marked applications are Yudhishthira 80,000, Bhima 72,000 shares, Arjuna 48,000 shares, Nakula and Sahadev 96,000 shares. Calculate the net liability of each underwriting. Calculate the net liability of each underwriters, treating firm underwriting as marked applications. So here, look at here the question. Treating the firm underwriters as marked application. This is actually the main hint. You have to consider the firm underwriting as marked application. Now, we'll calculate the net liability of the underwriter, total liability of the underwriter by considering all this information. Let us now solve this quickly. Calculation of total liability of the underwriters when the firm underwriting is treated as unmarked applications. Is treated as unmarked applications. I'll copy the format. The first one, it is gross liability. Gross liability. What is the gross liability of the underwriters? Here, the gross liability or number of shares number of shares subscription. Actually, the company has issued 5 lakh shares, right? And this 5 lakh shares are subscribed by each underwriters. Am I correct? Uh, Take the total of this 1,50,000 shares of Yudhishthira. It is not ABC, there is one more column. Okay, this is okay. First one, first underwriter Yudhishthira, second underwriter Bhima Pandavas, right? Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadev. Okay, these are the four underwriters. And the first underwriter has subscribed 1,50,000 shares, 1,50,000 shares, Bhima 1,25,000 shares, and again Arjuna 1,25,000 shares, whereas Nakula and Sahadev it is 1 lakh shares. Take the total to the outer column. Exactly 5 lakh shares. Next, what you have to do? Deduct marked applications. Deduct marked application. At the time of deducting marked application, what you should do? You should take only the marked application excluding firm underwriting. Whatever the marked application is given, that is definitely excluding marked application. I mean, firm underwriting only. So that marked application should have excluding firm underwriting. 80,000 shares, 80,000, 72,000, 48,000, then 96,000. The total of marked application, how much? Calculate and tell me. I will also calculate. 80,000 plus 72,000 plus 48,000 plus 96,000. Total is, sorry, 80,000 plus 72,000 plus 48,000, then 96,000. 2,96,000. It is 2,96,000. Correct? 2,96,000. What is this 2,96,000? Is the marked application. Correct. Marked application. Very good. All of you are calculating simultaneously. Very nice. Okay. 2,96,000 is a marked application. What next you have to do? Take the difference of this. Take the difference. 1,50,000 minus 80,000 is 70,000. Then 1,25,000 minus 72,000. This is 53,000. Then 1,25,000 minus 48,000 is 77,000. Then it is 4,000. Then again 5 lakh minus 2,96,000 is 2,04,000. If you even take the total of these 70,000 plus 53,000 plus 77,000 plus 4,000 should be equal to 2,04,000 only. Okay. Next is, from this now deduct unmarked applications. unmarked applications. What is the amount of unmarked application is the question. So we'll leave some space for calculation and we'll put one working note, that is calculation of unmarked applications. What is the formula of unmarked applications? Unmarked application is equal to unmarked applications is equal to total applications received, or total, you can also say it is total subscriptions minus marked applications plus marked applications plus form underwriting. Form underwriting. This total subscription should exclude form underwriting, exclude form underwriting. Then even marked application should also exclude form underwriting. Correct? This is the formula we use for the calculation of unmarked applications. Now, let us substitute the value here by knowing the total subscription. What's the total subscription here? Total subscription is 5 lakh shares. Total subscription is how much? Total issue of shares is 5 lakh shares, right? Total issue is 5 lakh shares, but whereas total subscription is nothing but applications received, right? If in case if you are getting confused, you can write this as total applications received. Okay, total applications received or total application money received. Look at the problem. Here, they specified that total application excluding form underwriting, which including marked application, is 3,60,000. Now take this 3,60,000 as total application received. 3,60,000, and this 3,60,000 includes marked application, right? And deduct this marked application. What is the marked application? 2,96,000, which we have calculated now. This 2,96,000 is excluding form underwriting because we have not yet included. Now add form underwriting. What is the form underwriting? Take the total of form underwriting, 16,000 plus 24,000 plus 60,000. It is total form underwriting 1 lakh, right? Take the total. It is total of this 16,000, then 24,000, then 60,000. Okay, so total of these three, because there is no form underwriting for Arjuna, right? Total of these three is 1 lakh. Add this 1 lakh now. Sorry, due to network issue, it was disconnected. I think it is visible to you now. Is it okay for you? Is it audible and visible? I was not known when it was disconnected. I was keep on explaining. Can anyone tell me that where I was explaining when before disconnected? Because I was not known till this. I was keep on explaining. Then later I come to know that it was disconnected. I was in the screen of Word. I was not knowing that it was disconnected. Kindly tell me at what where I was there. Have you understood the calculation of net liability of the underwriters? I'm sorry, the calculation of marked application, unmarked application. Unmarked, whether it is the first point or second point. Okay, I was in the calculation of unmarked application. Correct. Okay, right. No problem. Look at here. Once again, I'll explain you. This unmarked application we can calculate by using the formula of total applications received excluding firm underwriting minus marked applications excluding firm underwriting plus a firm underwriting, add with firm underwriting. Okay, so here total applications received, if you see the problem, they said that total application received is 3,60,000. Then deduct marked application, these are the marked application, and we have calculated the total of marked application already in the table. That is been deducted from the total application because total application is including of marked application. Out of the total application, if you deduct how much marked application is received, then the balance will be the remaining unmarked application. But this unmarked application, since the form underwriting is treated as unmarked application, this form underwriting will be added to this value. So total we have got unmarked application of 1,64,000, and this 1,64,000, look at here, this 1,64,000 we have to deduct or distribute among the underwriters on gross liability ratio. But we need to calculate gross liability ratio if it is in the previous problem where the gross liability was equally distributed to the underwriters. So we have taken it as 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1. 1 is to 1 is to 1, right? Because it was equally distributed among the underwriter. But in this problem, it is not equally distributed. For the first underwriter, it is 1,50,000, then 1,25,000, then 1,25,000, and 1 lakh. So what you can do, I'm just showing here how to calculate the ratio, but you need not show this calculation. You're even if you do not show this calculation also okay, but if you keep on calculating this only, you will lose the time for the calculation of other main work. Okay, this I'm explaining just for your understanding purpose, but it is not necessary that you should calculate this by showing all the steps. Okay, is it clear? Now just simplify. So for calculation of gross liability ratio, I have taken all the 4 underwriters here. First underwriter has subscribed 1,50,000 shares. Second underwriter gross liability is 1,25,000. Third underwriter gross liability is 1,25,000. Again the fourth underwriter gross liability is 1 lakh. Now what I am doing is I am removing all the 3 zeros. I am removing all the 3 zeros in order to simplify it. Removing all the 3 zeros. If you remove all the 3 zeros, what will be the next step of simplification of ratio? 150 is to 125 is to 125 is to 100. So that you can simplify again that it is not divisible. All the four item is not divisible by 10. You can divide it by 5, right? 5 530 is a 150. Next, 5 twos are 10 and 5 fives are 25. Next, again 25. Next, 5 twenties are 100. Okay. Again, you can simplify one more time by 5. That is 5 5 6 are 30. 5 fives are 25. 5 fives are 25. Then 5 fours are 20. 6 is to 5 is to 5 is to 4. And okay. Now tell me, is it possible again to simplify? Is it possible again to simplify from this 6 is to 5 is to 5 is to 4? So is it possible to divide it by 2, 3, 5? All are indefinite item, so we cannot divide it, and this is the final ratio. Means now this gross liability ratio is 6 is to 5 is to 5 is to 4, and this gross liability ratio can be distributed for the unmarked application in the ratio of 6 is to 5 is to 5 is to 4. Yeah. Now, how to distribute this 1,64,000? First one I'll show you. 1,64,000 is the total unmarked application. For the first underwriter, what we should do? What is the ratio of the first underwriter? 6. But what is the total portion for total ratio? Total ratio means 6 plus 5 plus 5 plus 4 is equal to 20. This is the total portion. Out of total 20%, 6% is first underwriter, like that. Okay. Out of 20 rupees, 6 rupees belongs to Yudhishthira. So 1,64,000 into 6 divided by 20, like same way. 1,64,000 into 5 divided by 20. Then 1,64,000 into 5 divided by 20. Then 1,64,000 into 4 divided by 20. We'll do one thing. We'll take all this even under working note. Okay. So that third one. Calculation of individual underwriters unmarked applications. Unmarked applications. Okay. First one, the total, that is the ratio is 6 is to 5 is to 5 is to 4 is equal to 20. First one, Yudhishthira is equal to 1,64,000 into 6 divided by 20. Then Bhima is equal to 1,64,000 into 5 divided by 20. Then Arjuna is equal to 1,64,000 into 5 divided by 20. Then Nakula and Sahadev. Okay. Now calculate and tell me how much value is of unmarked application belongs to whom? 1,64,000 divided by 20 is 8,200 into 6. 49,200 is 49,200. Then 41,000 and 41,000, same for both. And 32,800. Okay. Now just substitute the value. Substitute the value to the unmarked application. Yes, correct. 49,200. 41,000, 41,000, 32,800. Good. Okay. Now substitute the value. 49,200. Then how much? 41,000. 41,000. 32,800. 32,800. 32,800. Now what next we have to do? We have to deduct this unmarked application and find out the differences. That is 70,000 minus 49,200 is 20,800. Then 53,000 minus 41,000 is 12,000. Then it is 36,000. Next is 4,000 minus 32,800 is how much? Minus 28,800, right? It is minus 28,800. If you put it in bracket, means it doesn't, it means that it is a minus value if you put it in bracket. Okay. Next is 2,04,000 minus 1,64,000 is 40,000 is the total. What next we have to do? Can anyone tell me what next we have to do? Shall we add the form underwriting? What's the next procedure we have to do? Can anyone tell me fast? What will we do now? Shall we add the form underwriting now? Yes, very good, Sonia. Where we have to distribute the surplus amount among the remaining underwriters. Correct. There is a surplus item that should be divided among the remaining firm underwriters. The other farm underwriters like Yudhishthira, Bhima and Arjuna is having a positive value, whereas Nakula and Sahadev has already have finished, means there are marked applications, their name has already been received, and only there is a 4,000 shares left out, the liability of them. But among, in that, the unmarked application, according to the gross liability ratio, it is more compared to that. So what we have to do, this 28,800 must be divided among the other farm underwriters. Now deduct surplus of Nakula and Sahadev is divided among other underwriters in the ratio of 6:5:5. Okay, in this ratio we have to divide. How much amount we are dividing here? The amount of 28,800. Got my point? 28,800 is dividing among 3 underwriters. Now calculate and tell me in the same manner how we have calculated unmarked application. I will tell you, you just do that. 28,800 into 6 divided by, total is how much? 6 plus 5 plus 5, it is 16 divided by 16. I'll repeat again. 28,800 into 6 divided by 16. It is 10,800. Then again 28,800 into 5 divided by 16. It is 9,000. Then 28,800 into 5 divided by 16 is again 9,000. Now We have distributed the surplus of Nakula and Sahadeva among Yudhishthira, Bhima, and Arjuna. Then total is nil because the 28,800 of value is being distributed among the other underwriters. Now take the difference of this. The difference is 28,000, 20,800 minus 10,800 is 10,000. Then 12,000 minus 9,000 is 3,000. Then 36,000 minus 9,000 is 27,000. And there is a zero liability of the next underwriter, last underwriter. Then the total should be 40,000. Total should be 40,000. How much? What is this? 3,000 it is. Okay. Now what we have to do? We have to add form underwriting. Form underwriting. What is the form underwriting of the first underwriter? 16,000. Second underwriter 24,000. 24,000. And third underwriter there is no underwriting. And fourth underwriter it is 60,000. Fourth underwriter is 60,000. Totally it should be 1 lakh. Now the total liability is 26,000, then 27,000, 27,000, 60,000, then 1,40,000 is the total. 1,40,000 is the total. Everyone got it? Anybody is having any doubt? Yes. 26,000, 27,000, 27,000 and 60,000. Total of 1,40,000 is the total liability of the underwriter when firm underwriting is treated as unmarked application. Everyone got it? Anybody is having any doubt in this? No, right? Okay. Now, what shall we do next? Next, we can do the next case. See, this case is first one when firm and unmarked application, what we should do here for the calculation of unmarked application, we should have to take total applications received minus marked application. That's it. No need of adding form underwriting. I will show you once again. The format will be same. Look at here. This is form underwriting is treated as marked application. For the calculation of total liability of the underwriters, we take gross liability minus marked application. Then this marked application must be added with form underwriting. This is one extra adjustment. Because here form underwriting, marked applications are treated as form underwriting, right? Marked application is treated as form underwriting. Hence, this marked application must be added with form underwriting. Then unmarked application. How to calculate unmarked application? Unmarked applications can be calculated like total applications received minus marked applications. Minus marked applications. Not adding with any form underwriting here. Okay, total application received, out of total application received, whatever the marked application you just deduct it, then the balancing amount is called as unmarked application. Got it? Everyone got it now? We'll solve one problem. 6 is to 5 or 5 is to 5. Just explain. Okay. Look at here. Look at the problem. Right. Okay. So this 28,800 must be distributed among these three underwriters. Okay, because there is a surplus amount. This surplus amount of 28,800 must be distributed among the other firm underwriters. Underwriters. So this 28,800, for that we have to divide among the other firm underwriters in their gross liability ratio. What is their gross liability ratio? Their gross liability ratio is 6 is to 5 is to 5, right? The same 6 is to 5 is to 5 we have taken here. 6 is to 5 is to 5 we have taken, and that must be calculated. How to calculate that? As I have shown you, when there is a ratio, what you should do, you should take the total. 6 plus 5 plus 5 means total is how much here? 5, 6 plus 5 plus 5 means 16. Total ratio is 16. Total ratio is 16. Out of total 16% or 16 rupees, 6 rupees belongs to Yudhishthira, 5 rupees belongs to then Bhima, and other 5 rupee belongs to Arjuna. Okay. Sorry. Now calculate the particular into in underwriters ratio, like 28,800 into the Yudhishthira share is 6, right? 28,800 into 6 divided by 16. I'll just do this here in bracket. 28,800 into 6 divided by 16. Like this you have to do. In the same manner, for this, it is 28,800 into 5 divided by 15. Like this you have to calculate. Understood? Okay, right. Now we'll do this when form underwriting is treated as marked application. Okay, let us do with the same problem. With the same problem having okay, same problem, but calculate the net liability of each underwriters, treating firm underwriting as marked applications. Firm underwriting as marked applications. Okay. Now, Vasudev Limited issued 5 lakh shares of rupees 10 each, which was underwritten as follows. You know all the information given in the problem. Let us just move to the format. Okay, that is calculation of net liability or the total liability of the underwriters. Let us move to the format. Okay, I'll just copy the format. Calculation of total liability of the underwriters when firm underwriting is treated as marked applications. Okay. Now take the gross liability. Okay, I will take this format instead of that. Okay, gross liability, the same gross liability, and while taking the marked application, okay, while taking the marked application, we should take marked application plus form underwriting. Marked applications plus form underwriting. Okay, so here marked application for the first uh, underwriter Yudhishthira is 80,000 and form underwriting is 16,000. So 80,000 plus 16,000 is 96,000. 96,000. Then for Bhima, it is 72,000 shares, 72,000 plus 24,000. 72 plus 24,000 is 96,000. 96,000. Then Arjuna 48,000, whereas there is no form underwriting, so directly we can take 48,000. Then Nakula and Sahadev 96,000 of marked application and form underwriting of 60,000. Okay. How much it is? 1,56,000. 1,56,000. If you take the total, you should get how much? Calculate and tell me how much it should be. 3,96,000, correct? 2,96,000 of marked application and 1 lakh of form underwriting. Totally 3,96,000. Is it correct? Okay, now take the difference of this. It is 54,000, then 29,000, 77,000, then it is minus 56,000. Then difference is 1,04,000. Okay, what shall we have to do now? Before deducting unmarked application, we should have to adjust surplus. Okay, now adjust at surplus of same Nakula and Sahadev among other underwriters in the gross liability ratio of 6 is to 5 is to 5. So now you know how to calculate that, right? This 56,000 into 6 divided by 60 is how much? 21,000, correct? Then 56,000 into 5 divided by 16. It is 17,000. 17,500. 17,500. Now the difference total it must be nil. 21,000, 21,000, 17,500, 17,500. Now take the difference again. Take the difference. It is 54,000 minus 21,000. It is 33,000. Then 29,000 minus 17,500 is 11,500. 77,000 minus 17,500 is 59,500. This minus, then the total must be 1,44, 4,000. Now what you should do? You should have to deduct unmarked application, unmarked applications. Let us calculate in the working note. So refer working note. Refer working note. Okay. Unmarked applications. So what we should do now? We have to calculate unmarked applications. Unmarked applications is equal to total applications received minus total applications received minus marked applications. Total applications received is how much? Total application received is 3,60,000. Am I correct? 3,60,000 is the total applications received, out of which the marked application, these are the marked application. Now these unmarked application must have to be deducted. Okay, 3,60,000 and the total of marked application is 2,96,000 as we have calculated already. 2,96,000. Then the difference is 3,60,000 minus 2,94,000 is 64,000, correct? Sixty-four thousand is what? This 64,000 is unmarked application, and this 64,000 of unmarked application shall be distributed among the underwriters in the ratio of 60:5:5:4. Okay, now distribute this amount, the unmarked applications. 64,000 must be distributed. So for that, how to calculate? 64,000 into 6 divided by 20. Sorry, not 64,000 into 6 divided by 20. 64,000 into 6 divided by 20. 19,200. Then 64,000 into 5 divided by 20. It is 16,000, and then again 16,000, and the total, even it should be distributed among this underwriter also. That is 64,000 into 4 divided by 20. It is 12,800. Now take the difference. 33,000 minus 19,200 is 13,800. Then 11,500 minus 16,000 is 4,000. It is minus 4,500. Then 59,500 minus 16,000 is 43,500. Then it is 0 minus 12,500 means minus 12,800. So the difference is 40. Total difference is 40,000. Total difference is 40,000. Now you should, there are two underwriter surplus now. So now what you should do? You should distribute the surplus by adjusting against the other underwriters. That is, let us first adjust the Bima, right? Second one is Bima. Now surplus of Bima is adjusted against against Yudhishthira and Arjuna. Okay, in the ratio of Yudhishthira's ratio is 6, Arjuna is 5. How much is the surplus of Yudhishthira? The Bhima 4,500, right? 4,500. Now distribute this 4,500 among these two. 4,500 into 4,500 into 6 divided by 11. 6 divided by 11. Quickly we'll finish it off because the power has gone and the battery is also low now. Okay, 4,500 into 6 divided by 11. How much it is? 2,454.5454. So we can round it off like 2,454. 2,454. Then same 4,500 into 5 divided by 11. It is 2,000. It is 2,046. Is 2,046. Now we have not adjusted anything for Nakula and Sahadev, and the total is also nil because we are adjusting here only. That is, then the difference amount what we get is 13,800 minus 2,454 is how much? 13,800 minus 2,454 is 11,346. Then it is nil. Then 43,500 minus 2,046. It is 41,454. 41,454, and there is a difference minus value of 12,800, and your total should be 40,000. Your total should be 40,000. Next, now adjust the surplus. That is okay, adjust or less surplus of Nakula and Sahadev among Yudhishthira and Arjuna in the ratio of 6 is to 5. In the ratio of 6 is to 5. Okay. Now 12,800. You just adjust 12,800 into 6 divided by 11 is how much? 6,982. If you round it off, you'll get 6,982. 6,982 minus We are not adjusting against the underwriter Bhima. We are adjusting against only Yudhishthira and Arjuna. So it is for Arjuna, it is 12,800 into 5 divided by 11. It is 5,818. 5,818. Correct. Now take the difference here plus 12,800, the same amount we are adjusting, and total is nil. What the differences we got? The differences we got is, what the differences we got? 11,346 minus 6,982 is how much? It is 4,364. 4,364, and it is minus. And for the next column, it is differences between 41,454 minus 5,818 can be, it is how much? 35,636. Then it is minus, and the total is 40,000. This 40,000 is called as what? Then after adjusting all the surplus, this is called net liability. Net liability. For this, what we should do at the end, we need to add the firm underwriting. Add firm underwriting. Firm underwriting is how much? Firm underwriting is what? Why? Malashri is asking why, ma'am. What happened? Add the firm underwriting. Firm underwriting. Firm underwriting is how much? For the first underwriter, just look at the problem. For the first underwriter, 16,000. Second, 24,000. Add this. From first underwriter, it is 16,000. Second underwriter, it is 24,000. Third underwriter, it is nil. Fourth underwriter, it is 60,000. 60,000. Total of this firm underwriting is 1 lakh. Now, if you add this balance, what you get is called as total liability. Total liability is how much? 20. Add this 20,364, then 24,000, then 35,636, then 60,000, and total must be 1,40,000. This is total liability of the underwriters. Total liability of the underwriters. What is your previous doubt? What you have asked? Everyone clear? Is there any doubt in this? Anybody is having any doubt? If you have any doubt, you can clarify. If you have any doubt, you can clarify. If not, I'll wind up the session. Okay. Okay, last surplus. Look at here in the problem. Whatever the surplus which is arises, whenever the surplus arises, it should be distributed among the remaining. Where there is a surplus value, that amount, the deficit liability of other shareholder underwriters must be distributed among them. Okay, so here the surplus, there is a surplus of Nakula and Sahadeva of 28,800, which we have. Sorry, where I am. Okay. Here, the surplus of 56,000 of Nakula and Sahadeva in the beginning, which we have distributed among Yudhishthira, Bhima, and Arjuna in the ratio of 6 is to 5 is to 5. Okay. In the same manner, here, after deducting the unmarked application, there are two what surplus. One is 4,500, 4,500, and other one is 12,800. What we have done, one by one by one, we have adjusted the surplus amount among the other underwriters. See, 4,500 rupees of 5,500 shares of surplus of Bhima is adjusted against you only Yudhishthira and Arjuna. Why not against Nakula and Sahadeva? Because Nakula and Sahadeva is also having surplus amount. So we cannot adjust with Nakula and Sahadeva. So we are adjusting only against Yudhishthira and Arjuna. Which amount? 4,000. Which value? 4,500 shares value. Okay. In the same manner, after adjusting this one by one, then again there is a 12,500 of surplus here, right? Remaining left out 12,500, we have not yet adjusted. So this 12,500 now we are adjusted in the next step. We are adjusted against Yudhishthira and this 12,500 adjusted against Yudhishthira and Arjuna. The same Yudhishthira and Arjuna. So, in the ratio of 6 is to 5 only. This 12,500 after adjusting against Yudhishthira and Arjuna, then the surplus of what Bhima and Nakulan Sahadev became nil. There is no, all the when all the surplus are adjusted, now there is no surplus of any of the underwriters because we have adjusted. What is this surplus means? Look at here. At the time of receiving an application, suppose I am one of the underwriter and there is one more underwriter called B. Okay, so the total applications issued by the company is 20,000. Out of 20,000 application, I subscribe 10,000 application and the other underwriter subscribe 10,000 application. This out of 20,000 applications, company received 16,000 applications from the public, and out of this 16,000 applications, 10,000 applications are belongs to me and remaining 6,000 applications are belongs to the other underwriters, and this are marked application. 10,000 marked application of A underwriter like me, and other B underwriter marked application is 6,000. Means my part of the application 10,000 is completely received by the company. Is completely received by the company. There is no liability on the part of myself. I have done all I have done and I have worked. My responsibility is fulfilled. Okay, I have cleared with my responsibility. But now the thing is, the other underwriter has to the other underwriter has to subscribe the shares. Right, the remaining his portion of the liability. But what happened at the time of calculation of unmarked application, that unmarked application, what we do, we will not only distribute that unmarked application to the underwriter who has not subscribed, but instead what we do, we actually, according to the format, we distribute the unmarked application in the gross liability ratio among all the underwriters. So the unmarked application, out of the total applications received 20,000, there was unmarked application 4,000. That 4,000 was distributed among me and other underwriters in the gross liability ratio. So when at the time of distributing it, even my portion of the unmarked application like 2,000 has came as a liability. But since my portion of the liability is finished, that 2,000 what is left must be the liability of the other underwriter, correct? Correct. So here you have to what the surplus amount what is allotted for me must be distributed to the other underwriter. Okay, like that you have to adjust this surplus. Understood? Okay, now I will share the file, that is notes, among you through the Telegram group. I will share it now. Okay, you can solve some more problems relating to this. Thank you. Now I'm concluding the class. Tomorrow by from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock I'm going to handle the class, because tomorrow's class of Naveen sir has been taken today only at 5 to 5, 4 to 5, right? So that I'll get extra class between 11 to 12. So I'm going to continuing even after 11 o'clock also. From 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock I'm taking the class for you, right? Okay, thank you very much. Keep practicing. Okay, thank you.